In the very heart of Italy, where cobblestone streets wind through ancient ruins, there exists a secret society that has remained hidden for centuries. Society so powerful that it can control the fate of nations. They are the Mafia, and now they have declared war. It's me. Welcome to my channel. And today, we are going to do something different. We are going to play Mafia Wars for the Throne, an actual Mafia RPG set in 1920s Italy. This is not your normal tabletop role-playing game. Now, this is a game of deception, betrayal, and cunning, where every player is a member of the Mafia, and every interaction is a battle of wits. The game is played with custom-made tokens and cards, and the goal is simple: eliminate all the other players and become the last man standing. But as the game progresses, alliances are forged and broken, and the lines between good and evil become blurred. Because in this game, everyone has something to hide, and no one can be trusted. So get ready to enter the world of the Italian Mafia, and see if you have what it takes to survive Mafia Wars for the Throne. So here's how it works. The game is played over several rounds, and each round is divided into 3 phases: the day phase, the night phase, and the voting phase. During the day phase, the players can move around the board and interact with each other. They can make deals, form alliances, or simply try to gather information. However, there is always the threat of violence lurking beneath the surface, because at night, things get a little more dangerous. During the night phase, the players are secretly assigned roles. These roles determine the abilities and powers that each player has. Some players are given special abilities, like the ability to heal themselves or others, while others are given more offensive capabilities. The most feared role in the game is that of the assassin, because once per night, the assassin can choose a target and eliminate them from the game. And believe me when I say that no one is safe. Even the most powerful mob bosses can be taken out by the assassin. Once the night phase is over, it is time for the voting phase. The players are then asked to vote for who they think is the assassin, and the player with the most votes is eliminated from the game. However, just because a player is eliminated does not mean that they are out of the game. No, their fate is determined by their role. Some roles allow the player to come back into the game, often with even more power than before, while other roles may send the player to an early grave, and that is how the game of Mafia Wars for the Throne is played. Let's meet our players. We have 4 mob bosses, each with their own unique backstory and criminal empire. There is Sal, the ruthless leader of the Corleone family; Tony, the cunning boss of the Tattaglia clan; Michael, the mysterious don of the Barzini organization; and lastly Fredo, the youngest and most ambitious of the bunch. Now, these men are not just playing a game. No, this is serious business. Each player has something to prove. Sal wants to show his rivals that he is the true leader of the Mafia. Tony is looking to expand his criminal empire and take over the city. Michael is hiding his face behind a mask and looking for revenge. And Fredo, well, he just wants to survive. As the game progresses, these men will have to make difficult decisions that will affect not only their own fates, but the fates of their families and their entire organizations. Will they rise to the challenge, or will they crumble under the pressure? Let the Mafia games begin. All right, let's start with Sal, the ruthless leader of the Corleone family. Sal is a man of tradition, a man who believes that the old ways are the best ways. He runs his criminal empire with an iron fist and expects the same level of obedience and loyalty from his soldiers. However, Sal is not just a brutal mob boss. No, he is also a shrewd tactician and a master manipulator. He knows how to read people and how to use their weaknesses against them, and he will not hesitate to make tough decisions in order to protect his family's interests. Next up is Tony, the cunning boss of the Tattaglia clan. Tony is a different breed of mob boss. He is more cerebral, more calculating, and he is always looking for ways to expand his criminal empire. He is the new blood in the game, the one who is willing to take risks and break the rules in order to get ahead. Tony is not afraid to make enemies, and he has a reputation for being ruthless and efficient. Then we have Michael, the mysterious don of the Barzini organization. Michael is a man of few words, a man who keeps his cards close to his chest. He is the silent assassin of the group, the one who strikes when least expected. Michael is a dangerous opponent, and those who underestimate him do so at their own peril. And finally, there is Fredo, the youngest and most ambitious of the bunch. Fredo is a man on the rise, a man who is desperate to prove himself to his family and to the other mob bosses. He is the wild card of the group, the one who could go either way. Fredo is a survivor, and he is not afraid to get his hands dirty. So these are our players, and these are their roles in Mafia Wars for the Throne. Now let the game begin. The game is set in the bustling streets of 1920s Italy, a time of great wealth and great poverty, of organized crime and corrupt officials. Each player starts off as the head of a small criminal organization, controlling a few territories and rackets. The goal of the game is to eliminate your opponents and claim their territories as your own, eventually taking over the entire city. But it's not just about brute force. You also need to manage your resources wisely, invest in new criminal enterprises, and bribe the right officials to stay out of trouble. As the game progresses, the tension builds and the stakes get higher. Alliances are formed and broken, and betrayals are commonplace. The Godfather, a powerful figure who oversees the entire criminal underworld, watches over the game, ensuring that it stays exciting and unpredictable. The game culminates in a final showdown where only one player can remain standing. But in the end, it's not just about winning. It's about the journey, the deals, the double crosses, and the battles that take place in the shadows of 1920s Italy. What makes Mafia Wars for the Throne unique is the level of immersion and role-playing involved. Players are encouraged to stay in character throughout the game, making decisions and taking actions that their mob boss would make. The game also includes a lot of bluffing and deception as players try to outmaneuver and outthink their opponents. To play Mafia Wars for the Throne, you need a few things. First, you need to assemble your crew. Each player needs to create a character, a mob boss, with a unique backstory and criminal empire. You also need a game board, which can be created using a map of 1920s Italy or any other suitable location. The board should include key locations such as police stations, hospitals, and most importantly, territories that can be controlled by the players. You will also need a deck of cards, which will be used to determine the outcome of battles and other events in the game. Finally, you need a set of dice, which will be used to resolve combat encounters. To win Mafia Wars for the Throne, you need to be strategic, cunning, and ruthless. You need to be able to manage your resources wisely, make tough decisions, and eliminate your opponents without drawing too much attention to yourself. The game can be as violent or as non-violent as you want it to be. It all depends on the decisions that you make. If you want to play Mafia Wars for the Throne, you are in luck. There are several groups that offer this unique gaming experience. All you need to do is search online for Mafia RPG groups in your area or city. You can also check out websites and forums dedicated to Mafia gaming. So are you ready to step into the world of 1920s Italian Mafia? Are you ready to play Mafia Wars for the Throne? If so, then get ready for an exciting game full of twists and turns, betrayals and double crosses. The fate of the entire city hangs in the balance. The question is, will you rise to the challenge and claim victory? Or will you fall victim to the ruthless world of Mafia Wars? Only time will tell. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Until next time.